Have you ever been in a conversation with a small business owner and he talks about his SEP or simple plan that he just set up for his business? And you kind of sit back and go, what are you talking about? Well, today I'd like to talk to you about what a SEP and a simple plan is and what some other individual retirement plans that are available. You might be familiar with what a 401k plan is. It's one of the most popular for large businesses. This is a plan that is usually administered through a third-party administrator, which is usually an accountant, and that person takes care of all the contributions, distributions, and all the paperwork. These are quite expensive, and so most small companies can't afford to set up or maintain a 401k. So that is where a simple plan comes in. A simple plan is a savings incentive match for employees. And what that means is that the employer will match up to usually 3% of the employee's pay. And this kind of gets people to participate into this plan. Usually you have to make at least $5,000 to qualify a year to qualify for this plan, and then the employer can also say that you have to be with the company for either 1 or 2 years. The amount of money that you can contribute to a simple plan is $12,500. That's why employers usually set up this plan so they can put money aside for their retirement. The next type of plan is a SEP, which is a simplified employee pension. And in this type of plan, it is a typical pension plan where the employer is the only one that has to contribute to the plan. And the employees get the benefit of the employer's contribution, which is great for the employee, but for the employer, they have to realize that whatever they put in their own account, they also have to contribute percentage-wise to the employee's account. The employer can contribute up to 25% or $53,000 a year, which is very advantageous to the employer putting money aside for retirement. Going back to the 401k plan, it is for large companies. There's many different types. It's kind of hard to go through all the different types in a 5-minute video, but one of the advantages is that the money comes to the employees is the money comes out pre-taxed, and the employer gets to match at least a percentage. Sometimes it can be 1, 2, 3, 4. I've even seen up to 9% for a 401k match, which is absolutely wonderful. The advantage to the employer is that they can limit the plan as to how many years you have to be vested before you get your money from the plan. Some of the individual accounts that are available. The first one is a traditional IRA account. You can contribute up to $5,500 a year. If you're over 50, you can add an additional $1,000 to that. That is deductible off your taxes as long as you fall within the range of the amount of money that you make per year. And those amounts are listed on irs.gov, and I'd be able to give you those listings. The other plan is a Roth IRA, and the contribution limits to a Roth are $5,500, or again, an additional $1,000 if you're over 50. Those limitations for a Roth are a lot less than the traditional IRA, and those again are listed on irs.gov, and you'll be able to get the contribution limits to that. Now, the difference between a traditional IRA and a Roth IRA has to do with when you take your money out and when you put your money in. A traditional IRA, like I said before, you put the money in and then you get to deduct it off your taxes. A Roth IRA, you put the money in, you get no deduction, but when you take it out, it all comes out tax-free. Now, told you a lot about putting money in. Let's talk about taking money out. There's some definite years that you have to realize in order to take your money out. Years as in age. You have to be 59 and a half in order to take distributions out of your retirement plans without any penalties. And that goes for SEP, Simple, 401k, IRA, and Roth. Now, on a Roth, you can take your contributions out without any penalty at any time. Now, on taking distributions, there are a few exceptions to this rule of 59 and a half. One of those being emergencies. You can take money out if you're disabled without any penalties, or there is a one-time distribution for a first-time homeowner, which is a limit of $10,000. And like I said, it's one time only. Other than that, the only other age that you need to know about is 70 and a half. At 70 and a half, you are required to take a distribution from your IRA account or your Simple or SEP IRA. 401k is a little bit different. You can, if you're still working, you do not have to take your required minimum distribution at age 70 and a half, but you will have to as soon as you get done working. So I have told you quite a bit in these last few minutes, so I hope that you kind of understand things more. And again, all of this information that I've given you has come from the IRS.gov, and the other website that I've got this information from is finra.org, FINRA.org. So I hope you know a little bit more, and I hope you've enjoyed my speech. Thanks. Have a great day.